Hi everyone, this is Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is for the week ending 6/5 of 2022. This happened on Thursday the 2nd. The stock was BBWI. This is based on a 60-minute DTS breakdown play with an entry on a 2-minute DTS sell setup. Management advanced reward to risk 2.6 to 1. As usual, before we get started, what's going on for the DTS members? Membership at DTS is free. Just got to give an email. You can figure out how to do that if you go to the DTS website. Monday night, June 6th will be the bi-weekly scanning night. We'll see you there. You'll get your invite if you're a DTS member automatically. And a little extra heads up, the following week, that would be Tuesday and Wednesday on June 14th and 15th, we're going to have an open house in the DTS Trading Room. You will receive more information about that if you are a DTS member. Mark your calendars. This is the daily chart for BBWI. Before we get going, I want to point out, as usual, I try to pick these not necessarily what was the biggest moneymaker of the week, but what has some of the best educational lessons. This was not the best moneymaker. I actually had the best trade was first thing out of the gates on Tuesday. That was the first day of this week is the Monday holiday, and it was GFI short. It actually made almost the whole week's goal, but it was kind of almost an embarrassing trade. I got shorted. If you look at the chart, I shorted it right out of the open. It free fell for 15 minutes, took the whole thing. Just one of those kind of lucky trades. It was a great trade, but just lucky it made that much. BBWI has a lot of great attributes to it, so I want to review this one. This is the daily chart of BBWI the day before the trade. And I want to point out here something that may amaze you. The day of the trade, that's what happened. You're usually expecting some big red bar if I'm short. Little tiny doji bar. Now, naturally, you may say, boy, the day before was a bigger red bar. But the issue is you have to find your entry. You have to know it's going to drop. Maybe the day before it had a good setup. It wasn't on my list. This day it was. It gave a perfect entry. And this made a lot of money on a very small move. It happened all over the first opening hour. So you don't have to have these big moves. It's what I call precision trading. So here's the 60-minute chart. Not a lot to learn here, except I consider this to be a 60-minute breakdown play, and it gave a perfect entry. We gapped down a little bit below that 60-minute area, and you can see that topping tail. We tried to rally back up into the prior day, and that's what you use to get short in situations like this. 5-minute chart gives you the most detail here of what happened throughout the whole trade. We opened down there with that little gap down below the 60-minute base. Stupid move up, tried to break into that area. Also 9:35 reversal time type of trade. Dumb move higher, shorting right in there. A great entry number one on this trade. I don't always say this because of course I have my trades that I go back and say, boy, you could have done better on that. This is pretty flawless in terms of the entry and the target. So entry right in there underneath 39.79 and a stop over 40.07. I also want you to note when I talk about making good money on small moves, it is not due to tight stops. Tight stops is the worst thing you can do in trading. One of the most common answers I get from people when they say they want to improve their trading or if they weren't sure about a trade, they always say they're going to use tight stops or they're going to use less risk. That is not the way you trade at all. So if you notice here, the trade had a fair amount of room. It's just a great entry, and you get a great entry from really understanding the chart. So we drop. This first target just happened to be right at the 10 o'clock reversal time. It's a retest of the low. You want to take it there because you notice that we had a big rally back. And if this was the wrong trade, if for some reason we were going to go higher, that would have been the low of the day. So half off the table there as it traded to 39.24. And then target number two, when it dropped back down again at 10:30 reversal time, 38.83, and that was the low for the day. Entry, target one, target two, really just off the highs and lows. Good targets really maximize this trade. 1-minute chart, not showing you a whole lot more here. You just get a little better detail on the entry there underneath 39.79. And then target one, that was on a little trail as we hit that bottom, and target two on a little trail as we hit that bottom. The DTS Trading Room, again, remember there's an open house coming up, and if you want to just join us anyhow, just go to the DTS homepage and you can look at the Trading Room and Letters tab and figure out how to join us if you'd like to. Until next time, this is Paul for DTS. Good trading, everybody.